Well, hello, this is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Samson Properties, to give you a sneak peek in the behind the scenes and how our education department and our training videos are all set up. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. First off, we do want to thank Cardinal Title. Cardinal is the engine that runs the whole show. Anything and everything that you get to enjoy as an agent, you can thank Cardinal for. So we always want to give a shout out to our Cardinal Title, and we are going to encourage you whenever you have an opportunity, we would hope that you would use Cardinal Title, earn their business, and let them treat you with a royalty. So there you go. That's why we love our Cardinal Title. They do an excellent job, and we definitely want to support them because they are supporting you. Okay? All righty. So let's talk about how Samson has put together the pieces of the puzzle of the education department. I have my little props here. So most brokerages go, oh, we have some really good classes, and here's one of them, and here's another one, and here's another one, and here's another one, and you need to go to this class. Oops, didn't fly that one very far. And then, oh, by the way, here's all the other classes that we've got. And you as an agent are sitting there going, okay, well, that's great, and that's wonderful, but which one do I go to first? Where do I start? Because you've got all these puzzle pieces and have no clue as to where to start. Not a problem. We got you. After training several thousand agents and realized that most are running around like a chicken with their head cut off, not knowing what to put together first, we have taken care of that problem for you. Here at Samson, we have put together the learning trails. So we're going to walk you through methodically how to leverage and take advantage of the whole education department here at Samson. Okay? So let me start by asking you a question. What would your business look like if you committed 18 minutes a day to mastering and developing your skills? What would your business look like in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days? Trust me, it'll not be the same as it is right now. So let's go ahead. The next thing, can we chat? Come here. Come here. Come on. You and me, we're going to have a chat. I want you to understand that the responsibility that the clients are putting on your shoulders is enormous. You, as an agent in this industry, have the ability to bankrupt a client. I've seen it done. You have the ability to financially ruin somebody. I've seen it done. How would you like it if you were the consumer, your agent did something, didn't guide you correctly, and when you got done with the transaction, you found out you owed $30,000 in taxes? The agent's response was, and it wasn't one of ours, by the way, it was, oh, well, I didn't know about that. They're going to have to pay taxes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Excuse me? We're talking here, okay? I want to make sure that you understand the responsibility and the weight that you carry on your shoulders as a real estate agent. And I don't care if you do one transaction a year, 101 transactions a year, or anything above or below that. You, as an agent, have the same fiduciary responsibility to the consumer to guide them and point them in the right direction in a real estate transaction. So don't ever use the excuse, oh, I'm dual career, I didn't know. I'm just part-time, I didn't know. Think about the responsibility that you carry on your shoulders. Head up, shoulders back. Be proud of it. Master your skills, master your craft, and enjoy the benefits that this industry can provide. But don't cut yourself short. Okay? All right, so let's talk about the fact that I want to remind you that real estate is a business. It's not a hobby. I know some of you treat it as a hobby, but it's not. So first thing we want to share with you about the education department is where you can find any and all educational videos. Right now, as of today, they're all in Cardinal Nest under Samson University. Anything and everything is there. Remember all these pieces? They're all there for you. So hopefully you can go enjoy it. But let's go ahead and map out a strategy. If you're needing to find it, our current dashboard looks like this. I like to go to quick links, drop down to Samson University, and that's what it's going to look like. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Scroll down. Once you scroll down, if you're looking for any of my classes, they're right there on my own channel. Ta-da! There it is. So when you click on there, you find the class you want to listen to or study. And when you do, the video will come up at the top. The check mark of when you've completed each section will show up there on the right side of the screen, but scroll down. Every single video that we have done or I have done always, always, always has a handout to go with it. So make sure that you pull that handout, and I encourage you to put it in a 3-ring binder so you're creating out your own customized training manual. All right? The best way to go through it is to stop after you've listened to a segment and do the task that's being added. Boom. That is how you leverage and get maximum results out of any of our training components. Okay? All right, so the next thing is I want to share with you is I've done a little something. See, this non-techie gal figured out a long time ago how to add on custom tabs to her website. So I have developed out a tab, Agent Resource Center, for you. So because if I'm teaching or I'm traveling, I'm not responding to emails. So I created this tab of the common questions that get asked, the how-tos. So I want you to go check it out when you've got a minute. Now, what you're also going to find on there is the Listen and Learn channel, which I record, not fancy smancy, the Zoom meetings from the Thursday meetings I do. They are downloaded there for you. Now, there's 2 reasons I've done this. First, I wanted to make sure that you guys had a quick and easy access to additional stuff before or even if it's still on Cardinal Nest in Samson University or anyplace else for you. The other reason I did this, I wanted you to see what could be done with your website. My website here is no different than the same website platform that you all have available to you through Bold Trails. I had ulterior motive there. As I want to be the go-to source or the backup go-to source for you guys to get quick access to stuff, it's the same logic that we teach you how to leverage your website, add custom tabs to it, add drop-down pages to it, and let it, your website, let it be the go-to source for your clients as well. There you go. And again, if this non-techie can do it, we can walk you through and have you do it as well. But when you get a chance, go check it out, know what's on there, and enjoy. All right, so we also have 2 extra components for you. Every Thursday, I do 2 sessions. One is at 1 o'clock, and one is at 2:30. They are different topics every week. The 1 o'clock session is called Learning Trails, and it's kind of a Q&A session. I take a class from our library that we've already done in full, and I take a deeper dive into it. The 2:30 class is called Master Your Marketing. There, we're going to take from our Jumpstart Session 4, where we talk about the marketing department within your business, we take a deep dive into all 24 options of pillars that you can map out. Now, if you know me, you know I ain't going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you what works, what doesn't, why, how come, how long is it going to take you to build it out, what are the do's and don'ts of it, what it's going to cost, and make sure that you're moving on a productive, effective, and efficient track, okay? Another thing I want to bring your attention to is if you're emailing me back and forth, I have a couple of extra links on my signature line. Why? Because I want to make sure that I'm getting you the bonus information of, do you need me to tuck you under my wing? Are you looking for some extra TLC and help? I've got a link right there. It's my VIP team I put together of agents. You can specify to me, do you want to hear from me weekly, monthly, or never? Leave me alone. I'm good. I'm good with either one. So that is usually a link on my email signature as well. But what this does is it lets you see what you can do with your email signature line as well. Okay? All right, so moving right along. We also have a Monday morning 10:30 boost. If you need the kick in the seat, it's about a 30-minute check-in. Usually got some words of wisdom for you, share a couple little tidbits with you, and get you motivated and up and going for the week. All right, so those are some things you should put on your calendar, set them to repeat. The link for all of them, it's a Zoom meeting, is on the Cardinal Nest on the calendar. There you go. All right, so here's a couple of suggestions when you're taking any of my classes. First off, we encourage you to obviously print out the handout. There is a handout for every session. The handout is designed to be your checklist and your worksheet. So make sure you've got it. I would encourage you to put it in a 3-ring binder. That way you can track it, monitor. If you're wanting to meet with me, your broker, your mentor, your anybody, more than likely we're going to ask you to bring your binder with you. We need to see what you've gotten done, where you're stubbing your toe, and can make our time together more effective and more efficient. So there you go. Those are the tips for that. Now, there are some classroom rules, whether you're watching online or whether you're in person. Let me go through them real quick. Phone needs to be off because if it rings, I'm going to answer it, and you do not want that happening. I'm going to ask you to be open to some new ideas. I'm going to ask, as always, your permission. May I have your permission to be blunt and honest with you, tell you what you need to know and not always what you want to hear. If you're okay with that, give me a thumbs up and we're good to go. I'm going to ask you to hear my heart and sometimes forgive my mouth. Usually I will warn you if something is getting ready to slip out, and I will give you a heads up that it's coming, that you have already given me permission to be blunt and honest with you, and you said you'd hear my heart, forgive my mouth, we're good, it's coming out. You do have to laugh at my stupid jokes, whether you're live or whether you're watching these on video, you still have to laugh because I can hear you. There you go. Main thing is I want you to learn something new. I want you to have those aha moments, and I want you more than anything is to implement what you're learning, whether it's my stuff or anybody else's that you're taking a class or listening to. It is not just listening to it. Until you stop and do the task is then when it all comes together. Okay? All right, so in the to-do component, we've added the little puzzle piece because, you know, we've got our little puzzle pieces here. And on the handouts and the worksheets, we have the little puzzle piece that says to do. That is obviously your cue to stop and to go ahead and do that task. This way, we are building out and building the foundation of your business. If you think about Jumpstart specifically, there are four in a puzzle. There are four corners to the puzzle. If you're going to put together a puzzle, the first thing you're going to do is go through and find your corner pieces. Then you're going to find all the pieces with the edge, and that's where you start building your puzzle. That is how you need to start building out your business, and that is what Jumpstart does. Jumpstart sessions 1 and 2 is Business 101. After thousands and thousands of agents that I have trained, I have gotten so disheartened by seeing agents come in the front door and out the back because they didn't know where to start. And they had all this training but had no clue. So that is why we put this together all methodically for you. Make sure you got the handouts, listen, then you're going to stop, you're going to do the task, and then you're going to move on. That is going to give you the foundation so that we can help you build whatever level of business you want. So what is covered in Jumpstart? Real quick, Jumpstart session 1 gives you, I should have remembered, I counted them up a few minutes ago, a bunch of 28 of them, I think. Tips and ideas of putting together the foundational pieces of your real estate business. Again, we cannot put a roof on the house until the foundation, the walls, and everything's done, then the roof goes on. Same thing with your business. You do not start by ordering business cards. Jumpstart session 1, you'll learn why. But I get you all prepped so when you do order your business cards, you're ready to order a really good business card. I'll show you some samples of some, not so good, and a few, those are really pretty good. So Jumpstart Session 1 is about that. Jumpstart 2 is about the additional pieces of the puzzle for the foundation of your business, and it goes into slightly about mindset. Too many agents have gone out the back door of this business because they had the worst case of stinky thinking God ever gave them. So we want to make sure that you are prepped and ready and can handle whatever comes at you. Jumpstart Session 3 is all about your database. That is a gold mine that you are sitting on. I'm going to make sure you know how to organize it, sort it, categorize it, label it, tag it, hashtag it, and leverage that puppy and cry all the way to the bank. There you go. Jumpstart Session 4 is all about the marketing department of your business. I'm amazed how many agents really do not know how to market. I'm going to make sure that you are given everything I can give you of my 20 years in sales and marketing and 20 years in real estate of what works, what doesn't, and why. There you go. So now you've got a foundation in which to really build on. So you've finished your Jumpstart Sessions 1, 2, 3, and 4, in order, by the way, and then you say, okay, what comes next? From there, our full library in Samson University is a full smorgasbord, if you will, of all the classes that you need to support whatever track you're wanting. If you've got through Jumpstart Session 4, you figured out which marketing pillars you want. We've got classes zeroed in and specific for those. You just don't go in and start jumping around from one class to another, because it's not going to pay off. And yes, I do have to pick these puzzle pieces up when I'm done. So we want to put them all together step by step for you. So hang with us, we'll walk you through it. All right, again, reminder, the best way to digest this and all of the sessions is listen per section, stop, and here's the key questions you need to ask yourself. 1, did I know that? 2, am I doing that? 3, how well am I doing that? And 4, can I do it any better? If you can give yourself a 5 out of a scale of 1 to 5 on whatever topic we're talking about, rock star, keep going, go on to the next. But if you're not, and again, it doesn't matter if you're a new agent, new to Samson, a seasoned agent who's been around for a long time, there are still pieces of the puzzle that you're missing, and we're going to make sure you've got the foundation built in. When I have agents that have come to Jumpstart Session and have gone through all 4 sessions, got to Session 4, and we got done, they went, oh my God, I've been in the business 20, 25, 30 years. I never knew that. I was never taught that. I never knew it that way. Where have you been all my life? Then I know that we all, regardless of how long we've been in the business and how good we are, we have missing pieces to our puzzle. We're going to make sure you've got them all together. Okay? So within the Samson family, we also have a phenomenal toolbox for you. We've got sales meetings, we've got mindset, we've got Tuesday tidbits, we've got learning trails, we've got master your marketing, we've got coffee with Casey, we've got weekend updates, we've got market trends, we've got HQDU. Wait, I'm not done. And there's more ongoing training through Zoom, all over the calendar, all over our footprint, and everything's available for you on demand. So don't ever tell me you couldn't make it in this business, because there you go, we got you covered. All right, so in closing, let me just say, I don't care what you know. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't care what you know. I want to know what you are doing with what you know. That is where the success comes from. So there you have it. That is how to best use the Samson education department and the learning trails and the everything that we've got for you, kind of in a nutshell. So with that, I'm going to hush up so you can be done with this segment and get ready to jump right in and enjoy your learning. I'll see you in class. Drum roll, please. Who is ready to get their business jump started for the new year? Woo! All right, there we go. All right, so I want to say welcome, whether you are here live, if you're in the overflow out there, or if you're watching it on replay. Welcome to the Samson Jumpstart series. So for those that don't know me, I am Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Samson, and we are in for a rip-roaring awesome treat and day. So we're going to jump right in and get going with our jump start. When you're watching this on replay, there is an introduction video that will start off the segment, and then it goes right into this jump start. So ready, set, who's ready? Let's go. All right. So first things first. Now you know I love my little cardinal there. Okay, she had a cardinal on her notepad thing. I was going to steal it, but there's too many people watching, and I can't. So, but I do want to thank and give a big shout out to Cardinal Title. If you who has learned anything from me ever? Show of hands. All right, who can you thank for that besides Donnie and Sarah for hiring me? Cardinal Title. Okay, who enjoys all the perks that you have here at Samson? Cardinal Title. Those handouts that are in your lap or in your hand, Cardinal Title, because they support the print center. The room, the offices, all of that is a gift to us from Cardinal Title. And our gift back to them is to use them when we can. They are amazing. They are phenomenal. They bend over backwards to make sure that the transactions run smooth as silk, but they also understand, like we all do as well, there can always be a glitch somewhere. And when those glitches pop up, they're going to make sure that it's all hands on to get it solved and resolved. So again, this is why we always brag about and cheer on our Cardinal Title, because they are the backbone. They are the engine. They are the oil, the water, and the gas that goes in to making Samson Properties run with all the perks and all the bells and whistles that you all get to enjoy. So next time you get a chance, thank the Cardinal Title team, and be sure to support them when you can. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay, sounds good. All right, so here are some basic classroom rules. First off, phones are on silent, because if not, I will answer them. And since I am mic'd up, I will come to you and we will listen to your phone conversation. Probably not what you want done, and if you're online, I can still hear your phone ring, so shut it off. If you do need to take a call, obviously step outside for me. All right, I'm going to ask you to be open to some new ideas. Even if you're a seasoned agent, there may be some things here that you go, never heard that one before, or didn't know about that. So we want to be open to that. I always like to ask, may I have your permission to be blunt and honest with you, tell you what you need to know and not always what you want to hear? You okay with that? Give me a nod. Okay, nod. I see heads nodding. And you know why you nod your head this way? That way when it falls off, you can catch it. In case you didn't know that. Now you do. I'm going to ask you to hear my heart and occasionally forgive my mouth. Usually if I know it's going to slip out and if it's coming, I will stop and remind you, A, you gave me permission, and you need to hear my heart. Because I'm not going to play. All right. You do need to laugh at my stupid jokes. Okay, I got a couple ahas. That's good. All right. Main thing is I want you to learn something new. This is all about learning, but more important, it's about implementing. All of the information that is ever provided for you is no good until you decide that you're going to put it into action. And when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you know what? It's time to make a change. So come on in. All right, so with that, let's get going. The first thing I like to include in your handout is a word of wisdom. They're not my words of wisdom. I found them somewhere that spoke to me, and I loved it. So this is the one that Gary Keller from The One Thing. And you often hear me say this. What is the one thing that you can do today that is going to make your week, your month, your year run better, smoother, more effective, more efficient? Because guess what? Who's got a to-do list? Who's got a long to-do list? You can't get to all of it. So when you look at it, I want you to focus on what is the one thing that is on your radar today that needs to be taken care of. And I applaud you for your one thing today is being here to learn some new things. All right. In the handouts, you will see the little puzzle piece with the to-do on it. We have marked the tasks in there that need to get done. Now, if you're a brand new agent, just do it. All right? If you're a seasoned agent, here's the questions that I want you to ask. A, did I even know that? B, have I done it? Have I done this task? Next part of the question is, how well have I done it? So even some of my seasoned agents, when you're going back through, I want you to ask yourself, how well have I done it? Can it be any better? Or does it need to be updated? And if you can give yourself a 5 on each of those questions, off a scale of 1 to 5, not off a scale of 1 to 50. On a scale of 1 to 5, if you can give yourself a 5 for each, good for you. Color this little puzzle, please, and move on to the next. Okay? We good? Say we're good. All right. I want to chat with you for just a second. So, come here. I want you all to realize the responsibility and the weight that you carry on your shoulders. As a real estate agent, you're not out there just to make money and have fun. You have the ability to financially cripple somebody. I've seen it done. You have the ability to make a mistake because you were, hear my heart, forget my mouth, too lazy to go learn and cost that client $10, $20, $30, $40,000. You wouldn't want it done to you. How dare you do it to somebody else? I want you to understand that you have a responsibility on your shoulders that literally you could bankrupt somebody. I've seen it done, and I never want to see it ever done again to a client. So I'm going to ask all of you to just pause for a second and realize the responsibility as a real estate professional that is on your shoulders. You are expecting people to entrust you with the biggest financial purchase of their life. Hear my heart, forgive my mouth, because it's coming again. You do not have the right to screw it up. I don't care if you're full-time, part-time, dual career, hobbyist. I don't care if you're doing one transaction every 6 months. I don't care if you're doing one transaction a year, which you're not making any money because it just barely covers overhead. I don't care if you're doing 101 transactions. Each and every one of you have a responsibility on your shoulders to provide the best care that is available to your consumer. You have the ability to financially ruin them. Don't. Because I will track you down. I will throw you under the bus, and it will not be pretty. So take a deep breath and just realize you're being asked to handle the biggest financial purchase of their life. Head up, shoulders back. Do it with every ounce of professionalism, courtesy, empathy, whatever it is that needs to be brought into the transaction. Take care of the client. And if you don't know about a specific twist and turn, ask. And don't ask the person that's standing at the margarita machine in the office. And if there is a margarita machine in the offices, I want to know which one. I'm just putting that out there. All right, email me. You got it. Okay. Ask the broker. Ask the right source. It's not about asking a question to somebody. It's about asking the right person. So make sure you're going to the right source to get the right answers. Okay? There you go. You got this? We're good. All right. As we go through Jumpstart 1, 2, 3, 4, and everything else that comes after it, here is what I want you to think about. Who's ever put together a puzzle? Okay? There are usually 4 corners. There are usually 4 sides. So what you do when you dump your puzzle pieces out is you find the 4 corners, find the edges, and you start there and then build it in. Your business is no different. Jumpstart 4 sessions, 4 corners to your puzzle. Winky dink on that one. All right, so the problem that most agents or most brokerages have is they have this big library of training. And you come in new, all my newbies out here, and you go, somebody says, oh, this is a good training, you need to go to that one, and then this is a good one, and then this is good, you need to go to this one too, and then this is really good, and then this is really good, and you're going, okay, but which one do I go to first? What information do I put together first? And then the company says, oh yeah, by the way, here's everything else we got for you. And you've got all these puzzle pieces that are classes, and you have no, yes, I have to pick these up later. And you're sitting there going, okay, that's all well and good, but okay, I went to this class because they said it was good. I went to this class and this. Then you go, forget it, I'm done, okay? So if I knock over a light, I'm in trouble. I always laugh. One of these days, I'm going to explain to Donnie why I broke my computer. There's a puzzle piece stuck in it. Okay, so what I want you to do is, as we're going through this, think about how you are going to put this business together. My puzzle piece is knocked that off. There you go. So think about how it's going to build together. We're going to start with the 4 corners. We're going to fill in the sides. That's today. That's Jumpstart 1, 2, 3, and 4. From there, how do we fill in the rest of the pieces? We here at Samson, I've been working on it for 2 years, and it was my end result in mind. Once all these classes got put together, I wanted them to be able to come together in order for you. So I can say, okay, you finished that, here's your next step. You finished that one, here's your next step. Quit going to this one, and this one, and this one, because it's not going to fit in. All right? We're going to walk you through this methodically. I've trained to date over 6,000 agents. Been doing this for a long time. Yes, I'm old. But what is amazing to me is the number of agents that are still running around like a chicken with their head cut off, not knowing what to go and where to go. We've got you. We've got you. We've got it all mapped out. All you need to do is allow me to tuck you under my wing and run. It's either lead, follow, or get out of my way, because I'm not going to drag you. You want to run? We'll run. And I love getting blamed now for agents' successes. So, had an agent the other day came to me, and he says, this is all your fault. And I said, well, what's my fault? He says, I've been hitting 3 to 3.5 million in production for the last several years. You came along, I locked up with you. You said jump. I said, yes, ma'am, how high? I did what you asked. He just knocked out 8 million. And I said, so I'm getting blamed for this? And he goes, yeah. I said, okay, I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame. I will gladly take the blame. So let me walk you through this methodically. All right, we good? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, all right. Sweet. So think about the puzzles. What you learn today is going to allow you to earn tomorrow. So that is a great takeaway for you as well. All right, in the corner of my PowerPoint, you're going to see a little number down there. That coincides with the page number of the worksheet that you are going on. So if you are watching this online, that connects to that. That's what that is for. That'll help keep you on track. We're going to start with, why are you in this business? Why did you choose real estate? Because there's a lot of places that are hiring. Why did you choose real estate? So when you kick back later and block off some time to literally go through these things, I want you to do some soul searching. Why am I in this business? What am I wanting this business to do? Do you want to make more money? I think I have $5 in my purse. I'll give it to you. Now you've made more money. You're done. No, that wasn't what you meant. Be specific. I want you to be specific. Generic doesn't fly. Because, and we're going to talk about this later, but life is going to dish out stuff that you don't get to vote on. And you need to know what your big why is to keep you on point and to keep you on track. All right? So that is part of your worksheet. Then you're going to ask yourself, why is that important? Why is that important that that is my goal? Then you're going to ask yourself, what will that allow me to do? Why is that important? You're taking a deeper dive into what Joe Stump refers to as the 5, 6, 7. You're digging down levels to why is that important? Why is that important? What is that going to allow you to do? What difference is that going to make? And will it make your life better and more effective? Okay, and then what is the benefit that will bring from doing that? Only you can create your big why. I can't do it for you. Somebody else can't do it for you. You need to know what it is. Now, I will tell you, when I was fully active in California, my big why was to help my daughter through college. I used to jokingly say she was cheaper than bail until we got in the master's program, and I had to rethink that. But still, for those that know her, know that that's really funny, Okay. She currently serves as the manager and researcher for the Mary Washington House down in Fredericksburg. She gets to dust Mary Washington's teapot. I got to touch it one time. This finger, she let me touch it. It was cooler than ever, all right? I've cleaned the floors where George Washington has walked. Marquita Lafayette, Mary and Martha both. But that was my big why, was to keep her in college and to pay those tuitions and the research trips. When she called and she said, oh, I got a hold of Dr. Cornelius. I'm thinking, who's Dr. Cornelius? He was the head archivist for the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library in Springfield. He had the documents that she was looking for. They hadn't seen the light of day in 100 to 150 years. We got to go back and see them. That was part of my big why. Now, during that time, yeah, I had life happening like everybody else was. Family members passed away unexpectedly. My best friend and real estate partner was diagnosed with cancer, and I lost her a year and a half later. There were times I would have just as soon told the world and stay in bed with the covers over my head because I was done. But I knew what my big why was, and I knew that I needed to keep going. I share that with you because I want you to understand life's going to throw you curveballs. If not, you're not alive. But you've got to know what your big why is, okay? So part of your homework assignment, please, figure out what is your big why and be very, very, very specific with it, okay? Now, you also want to ask yourself, what is the problem that this is going to solve once you reach your goal? And then what will happen if you don't reach your goal? That pain point sometimes is the motivation you need. Tom Ferry made a comment and said, when you find your why, you will find your way. Okay, that's a good one to take away with. Here is where the magic is going to come in. And again, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This was a technique that Joe Stump taught me years ago. And when I implemented it, holy smokes, game changer. When you know how to do the why is that important, okay, use this on your clients when you are doing your buyer or your seller consultations. When you go through the wants and needs with them, a question that you will ask during those consultations is, so tell me, why is that important to you? How do you plan on using that space? What benefit will it bring? You talk about selling your value, boom, there it is. You will get to a new level of understanding of what your consumer wants and needs like nobody else, okay? And when I do the training on the buyer and the seller consultation, we actually take a deep dive into this, and I give you some examples of how that has played out in the real world. It is a wow. Great technique. I would absolutely encourage you to master those key questions, okay? All righty. Let's go on. Next page, page 3 of your handouts. We talk about your business planning. Now, out there and the handouts, and for those online, we'll make sure you've got it available to you as well. I did a very simplistic, a very basic business planning worksheet. It is, I don't care if you're wanting to do 2 transactions a year. Where's it going to come from and how are you going to get it? Because I got a news flash for you. Can you all keep a secret? Okay? Business doesn't always just fall from the sky and land in your lap. Okay? Only in The Wizard of Oz does the house come down and land on you. Okay? And that's usually not a good thing. So you've got to have, again, you've got a business here. It's not a hobby, it's a business. Even if you're doing it part-time hours, it still needs to be conducted like a business. So you need to know what your numbers are, where you want to go. And again, that little worksheet, there's 50 million of them out there. I've recently gone through and pulled all my old ones from the past. They're all basically the same. They're all basically the same. What is it you want to achieve? Where did your business come from last year? If you're new, you're not going to have last year to compare to. But where are you going to create the opportunities for it to come? And that is where Jumpstart Session 4 is going to be a payoff for you. You want to take a look at...
Hi, everybody. I'm
Hi.
sliding in here. I snuck attacker.
Yay! Good to see you.
I want to get to, if I came back there, you'd be ready.
Yeah.
I know I missed the introduction and I'm cutting in here, but I was in the meeting, but I just want to say thank you to Lynn. This is great today. And cheers to all of you all for investing in your own business, coming out here. It's easy to sit at home and not invest. This is going to be a great day of education. And glad you guys are all here to learn from the great Lynn Hamilton. So
Thank you, sir.
Soak
Thank
it all
you.
in. Soak it all in.
Oh. Thank you, Donnie. You're welcome to stay anytime.
I'm going to hide over here.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh, that made my day. All right. All right, so back to your goals. And, I mean, that's a biggie. So what is your sales volume? Where is it going to come from? So, again, that worksheet is going to allow you to kind of flow your brain out, and that is going to be a great place to start. If you need help from that point to fine-tune it, you've got a lot of people you can ask. You can ask me, you can ask your broker, you can ask, there's a lot of people around here that will help you fine-tune it. But you've got to have a starting point for us, because our goal for you can be totally different than your goal for you. I have an old saying is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But then somebody told me, yeah, but you can give potato chips and make them thirsty. I think I'm going to start bringing potato chips to classes, just so you know. All right, so anyway, that is the importance of having your business, and y'all laughed at my jokes. I love it. So this is one of the main pieces of your puzzle, is to get your business plan at least mapped out. Again, if we're going to go on vacation, we're going to know where we're going, right? So part of it is, what is your income goal? What is the time frame? How does that calculate over into the number of transactions based off the price point in your market? Now, let's talk about your database. That is another huge piece of your puzzle. Huge. Did I mention it was huge? It's huge. Where are you at now? Oh, Jumpstart Session 3 this afternoon. All right. Where are you at now, number-wise? Where do you want to grow it to? And then we can help you grow it out from there. But you've got to know, what is your target goal and how is that going to play out? All right? The pieces all come together. The next thing on your worksheet is, I want you to write down, this is the year what? This is the year I finally get my together? Is this the year I get my tools together? Is this the year what? This is the year you're going to do what? That is on your worksheet, and I would encourage you to jot it and write it down. All right? Now, next thing we need to determine, next piece of your puzzle, is I want you to determine the number of hours you are willing to commit to working on your business. Good news is you are your own boss. You're an independent contractor, you can set your own hours. The bad news, you're your own boss, okay? Bad news, or good news, some of you left corporate America because you had an idiot for a boss. Bad news, some of you still have an idiot for a boss, okay? So hear my heart, forgive my mouth, member, and you did laugh, so that's a good thing. But here's one of the missing pieces of the puzzle that I want you to incorporate in. How many hours a week are you willing to commit to working on your business? Now, there is a difference in working in your business, we talk about in Jumpstart Session 4, but the working on your business is the marketing, the managing. How many hours a week are you willing to commit? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 15? If you're brand new or have no business going on right now, you should easily be able to do 10 to 20 and then cry all the way to the bank in a couple of months when all the efforts start paying off. And then you can blame me for that. Fine. All right. Next piece of your puzzle that we're going to add in. The best tagline that you can use. I don't want to hear, call me now. I don't want to hear, I'll do a good job for you. All right, here is the best one, and all of you can use it because you all have different footprint targets. When your home no longer meets your needs, I'm here to guide you based on the current market conditions. What I would encourage you to do is to write that down or make a copy of this page, cut and paste it, put it on a 3x5 file card if you want. I don't care. Write it on your windshield in lipstick. Have it in your car, and every time you come to a stop, hopefully it's a stop, not a stop sign, but a stop light, just read that. When the home no longer meets your needs, I'm here to guide you based on the current market conditions. That should flow out of your mouth as comfortably and as easily as, hey, good morning, how are you? Easy as that, okay? The next one, worth its weight in gold. The best mission statement out there. And again, it's in your handouts for you as well. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is your home. How can you do that? You've got monthly tips, you've got newsletters, you've got all kinds of information, and you don't have to think about it because we've already provided it for you. It's already done. We just need to show you where it's at so you can get to it. If that is your mission statement, you are going to glue those consumers to you big time. Let me pause here and ask you a quick question. How many of you ever go to the doctor? How many of you ever have your car serviced? Tires rotated, oil change? Why? You don't have to. Yeah, but what is it doing? It's maintaining and protecting the value of that car or your body. The home is the biggest financial purchase. This is the industry that you have chosen to be in. This is, without a doubt, the best mission statement that all of you can run with. Agents always say, well, I don't know what to say when I'm supposed to reach out to my consumer and I don't know what to say. Because your mission statement and your tagline stink and you got no leverage on it. This is going to give you leverage not to open the door, but to open the floodgates of information that you can provide them. Now you are of value. Okay? There you go. All right. Moving right along. The worst mission statements. My greatest form of flattery is a referral. I'll do a great job for you. No, I think one of the agents is going to do a crummy job. My professional team and I are available for you 24/7. No, you are not unless you are on drugs. And if you're on drugs, I want to know what they are. All right? Because there's a few days that I need a few more hours in my day. All right? People aren't stupid. Or trust me, I'm your realtor. Oh, no. All right. So the question that comes is, why are those two the best, hands down? Because it's going to be able to give you leverage. Leverage is allowing you to take one thing and use it in multiple ways. There you go. One of my favorite words out there. All right, gang, let's go ahead and turn over, take a deep breath, and let's move on. Page 4 of your handouts. Branding and marketing. If I can teach you nothing else, I want to make sure that I teach you that you understand what branding and marketing is. Because if you do not know how to brand yourself or market yourself, you will never have the business. Remember, houses only fall from the sky and land on the witch. So you do not want to rely on, it'll come, I know it will. Yeah, crunch, there you go. So let's talk about branding and marketing just a little bit. Currently in Samson University, there is a great little video. It is 8 minutes and 23 seconds long. It is entitled Logo and Identity Branding. I would absolutely encourage you to go listen and check that out. Go into Cardinal Nest, go into Samson University, search for logo, branding, whatever. It should pop up similar to this. It is literally 8 minutes and 23 seconds. That will be an aha for you. Okay? We good? Let's move on to the next little piece. Selecting your color and your logo, that is an important part, especially for new agents. You can do it now. Sometimes we adjust as life goes on, but that's okay too. All right? Let's talk real quick about the proper term of realtor. You can only use realtor if you are one. If your license is on referral or on hold and you are not a member of the National Association, you cannot use the word realtor because you ain't one. The little R afterwards does not stand for realtor, which some people think it is. It is a registered trademark. So anytime you are using the term realtor, it's supposed to be in all caps and it's supposed to have the little R after it. Now, if you do not know how to insert that little R, I do believe on my website, on my agent resource tab, I do have a quick in there. Shows you where to get it. Okay, it's on any computer. You can pull it up. All right, you need to know. That's one of the things you need to know is how to retrieve that. Okay, all right. Let's talk about one more piece of the puzzle. Let's get another puzzle piece going. Boom, there you go. There's another piece. Is you need to have a professional headshot, not you drunk with the girls out on Friday night. All right. I'm not looking this way for any particular reason. I'm just because you're my safety net over here. Okay. So you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. All right. So, and one of the unknown little regulations is your photo needs to look like you. It should be taken within the last 5 years. So, ladies, those 1980 glamour shots we all had, we look dang good, but you know what? We can't use them anymore. Guys, I don't care how hot you were during your college or your high school graduation pictures. Yeah, no, you can't use them anymore. They need to be within the last 5 years. This is a consumer protection. If you'll notice, sometimes now, a lot of vendors, plumbers, electricians, whatever, they will send a picture of the technician who is getting ready to come and service your property. Consumer protection. Think back. Why did that need to become a thing? Was because people were scamming other people and they didn't know who was coming to their door. So we fall under that same category, believe it or not. So we need to make sure that our pictures look like us. Okay, now if you go through a major overhaul or a major change out, not that ladies, we ever do that, have your photo up done. Now, we do have in-house at Samson Properties, now you can go pay your, $75 to $150, whatever it is, to go get your professional headshot done, or you can turn to our magnificent team, who are in the back of the room, by the way, to do a headshot for you. Now, if you do not know where to get it, right now on Cardinal Nest, under Quick Links, Agent Headshot. Think about that for a second. That tells you exactly what it is. You need to schedule an agent headshot, boom, that is there. That is not that they're going to shoot you in the head. That is you getting your headshot done, all right? I want to make sure we were clear on that, all right? So that can be done. Also, they often try to come to the HQDU events. So if you're going to be going to an HQ and you need a new headshot done, there you be. Leverage, kill two birds with one stone, you got it, all right? Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is the new regulations as of January 2025 regarding emails and databases. I didn't make this rule up. Don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger. All right, because of scams and cybersecurity, all of the platforms that allow you to send out bulk emails now require I'm going to say professional because I'm not sure which other word to use right now. You can no longer use a free email account to send out bulk batch emails. Okay? So if you have not purchased a domain name and the email address that goes with it, put that on your to-do list because you're going to need to do it. I talked to a couple of people who were in the cybersecurity arena, and they said, yeah, because the scam emails, which we all get, is from some bogus email address, okay? That is part of the reason why. And most of them are not within the country, so the officials are limited on what they can do because it's out of the country, all right? So it's a consumer protection and cybersecurity issue. I didn't make this rule up. They didn't consult me on it. I just got my notice and I went, what? So I had to change over one of mine too, all right? So if you're using Bull Trails, Lofty, Top Producer, All Clients, MailChimp, any of the platforms that bulk email things out, if you have a free, which is your Gmail, your Outlook, your iCloud, your whatever, the free emails, not anymore. It will go out, but then it gets stopped. So you look at your tracking, goes, oh, it went out. Yeah, it did. But it didn't get received on the other side because it's getting stopped. It's hitting a brick wall. So I wanted to make sure we took a second here with this new regulation to make sure you guys know about it. And that when you get your domain name, you can also get your email address. Yes, it's a cost, but welcome to the world of cybersecurity. Okay? All right, deep breath, everybody. Let's move on. Page 5. All right, choosing a business name or email domain name is going to be an important part of your business. I know We have all done it. We've used our free Gmail account. We've created a cute Gmail account to be identified, and I've taught it for years to use, a business email address that is different from your personal email. But now everybody's seeing them come through with Gmail or Outlook or iCloud or some of these other, NSNB, whatever, MSN, whatever. Who knows? Older than I am. They know that is not a business account. And believe it or not, people will look at you a little bit different because they're looking for a professional to help them with the biggest financial purchase of their life. Start acting like a professional. And yes, it is a tax write-off because it's a business expense. That's the beauty of it. There you go. All right, so give some thought into that. Getting a URL. There's GoDaddy, there's Google Domains, there's whois.com. There's a bunch of them out there. I've got no skin in the game on any of them. I know that a lot of other companies that used to be out there have now been merged or branded with somebody else. They change on a moment's notice. But know that it is probably a wise idea at this point is to stop, block yourself off a few minutes on your schedule to take a look at how and what you want your domain/email address to be. All right? Do some research, see what's available, make it happen. All right. I'm going to give a two-point plug. Steve Black recently did a training video. It is currently in Samson Cardinal Nest, I believe. Anyway, it is out there. It is excellent. He had some great tips and techniques on social media, personal branding, when to post. Yes, he has a program he promotes at the end. Don't worry about that part. But the information, the takeaway from the bulk of it is really good. So if you have not had a chance to listen to that yet, put that on your radar to take some time to listen to. Okay, you're going to get some aha moments and takeaway. All right. Believe it or not, we do need to address .com, .org, .net, .info, .what? Okay, there are so many that are out there. .com was originally created for commerce. Then .org became for an organization, nonprofit, church type thing. .net was created for networking, and .info was for a site that provided information. You can use a .com, you can use a .net, you can use a .info. What you cannot use and should not use is a .org or, God forbid, a .gov, because you ain't gov, all right? When you create your domain name and start publishing it and doing stuff with it, please, I'm going to beg you, double check it. Make sure that it's correct. Because, all right, comedy time. I got stories. I know we're on a time crunch, but I'm going to share this with you. Many, many, many years ago, when the .coms were hitting the world with a storm, there was a company or an organization, whatever you want to call them, did whitehouse.com. Kids were going to it for research, for homework, only to find out it wasn't what they thought. You fill in the blanks. So they need to make sure that it was the whitehouse.gov. Okay. Recently, Wicked movie came out. They had to pull back off the market all of their merchandise. Did you hear about that? Somebody accidentally just had wicked.com instead of the Wicked or wickedmovie.com. Mm-hmm. It took you to a wild, wicked place. That was a good one. Okay. Yeah. We ain't going there. You fill in the blanks. Yeah. We're moving on. All right. All right. Next page in your handout on page 6. Let's talk about some other things that you need to get together and get prepped for your business. Email signature line. What needs to go on it? First off, there are some rules and regulations based off the footprint that you are in. Yes, I have recently created an automatic responder that says you are not in compliance. If I need to send that back to you, don't be offended. I'm just trying to save you $500 in case you get caught and get your hand slapped, all right? So there are some things that are required to go on your email signature. Obviously, the company name needs to be on there. Your first name, your last name needs to be on there. Now, if you use a nickname, here's the regulation on that. you need to have the name that is on your real estate license. You can have your nickname or AKA, on there as well. But for identification, consumer protection purposes, you need to have your name as it appears on your license. There you go. All right. Your job title, if you want to have it on there, your telephone number, obviously. Social media icons or contacts or links. You can have a banner, which is an option, and any other offer you want to have on there. Now, when you get emails back from me, if it's from my personal or my business email account, I have 2 or 3 things on my email signature line. And yes, I rotate them out. It's real easy to do. So you want to have an offer, and then you do, my recommendation, some footprints say yes, you do. Some footprints say no, you don't need this. Personally, because it helps me as well, I want to know which office you are affiliated with or licensed in what state or states you're licensed in. All right? So again, show your professionalism, take it up a notch. I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes, mandatory at some point down the road. So just go ahead and do it and get it done with. Okay, here's a little tip. Agents, a lot of people don't know this. When you are typing in your name, because you go into the box to create your email signature, if you just hit the enter, it takes it down a line and a half. So when you look at your email signature, it's like this long, and you want to bunch it up. When you're done typing a line, hit shift and enter at the same time. It will bring it up snug right underneath the previous line. If not, you get a line and a half, and it just spaces it out. There you go. Occasionally, change your CTA, your call to action, your direct links, or your signature line every so often. Change the color, change the font, so it doesn't become, the people that are getting emails from you regularly, they're not becoming blind to it. Okay, so you want to freshen it up, everything. So for those seasoned agents, take a look at your email signature. Is it the best? Does it have a link to your website? Do you have your blog up and active? Do you want to link to that as well? Okay, but just don't have too much or too many. All right, and then just update it every once in a while. Here is a bonus. Somebody had shared this with me for a while back. If you want to add this to your email signature, you certainly may. Email is not secure or confidential. Okay, so if you want to add that in there, you certainly can as well, because we all know wire fraud is a big deal, which is another reason why the hackers can get into our free email account so quickly, monitor it without you even knowing it's being monitored, and link into the clients and redirect them on wiring funds. There you go. All right. Email address, signature line, and banners. Here's one little tip to take away. If you've created a block or a banner, the links or the website that is in that block or that banner, those links typically do not work when they're inside the banner. Now, somebody told me there was a way to do it. They gave me the instructions, and I went, "You got to be kidding me." So the best thing to do is, if you're having a link to a website, to a blog, to your free newsletter, to your free reports, whatever is on your website that you've developed out, make sure it's outside of the banner or the block, okay? Because if it's a block, it's a picture, and you can't have an active link within that picture, if that makes sense. Okay, now you know. All right, another important thing, if you want to grab your phones real quick, take a photo of this, you are certainly welcome to, or just make yourself a note. Once you have got your domain name, and you're going to forward your domain name to the Samson website that you are given, when you go into your, I'm just going to use GoDaddy as the example. If you've got your domain name from GoDaddy, there is somewhere on there where you can forward your purchased domain name to the Samson site. The mistake that often gets made is agent will just type in www.Lynn Hamilton, first name, last name, .samsonproperties.net. It will not go. It must have the HTTPS on there. So what I recommend is pull up your Samson website, grab that entire URL, copy it, and put it straight over into the forwarding field in GoDaddy or whoever it is that has your domain name. Okay? It will take a few minutes to an hour before it's activated, and then come back and always double check it to make sure that it is in fact working. Okay? That good? Everybody got it? We're moving on. All right. Now, the next piece of the puzzle that needs to go in and needs to be done on a regular basis, at least once a year, is I want you, as your homework, is to email yourself from your phone. The reason, you're going to put in subject test, you're going to say hi and send it off. From your phone, you will then open it up and take a look. Did the signature line for your identification, have you set it on the phone? For the longest time, we assumed that if we did it from our email address and we email from the phone, it automatically grabs and pulls it over. Nope, it doesn't. When your email from the phone comes through as sent from the iPhone or sent from Android, you are not in compliance. Okay? If it is a business email discussion, your proper identification needs to go on there, and it needs to be done from the phone. Now, if you're going, what? How do I do that? You can either Google it, or you can go to my website, which is your Agent Resource Center. How-to instructions. It's right on there. And all I did was Google it, copy and paste it. Okay, so there you go. Please make sure that that is done as well, because if I get an email from you that you sent me from your phone and it comes through as iPhone or Android, you're going to get my sweet little email back that says you're not in compliance. Please get it done. All right, next thing on your to-do list, Google yourself. Google yourself. What is out there? Is it correct? Is it current? Is it updated? Is it still showing that you're with another company? Does it still show whatever? Google yourself. You should be doing that at least once a year. So seasoned agents, that includes you. All right. Speaking of Google, I don't remember if I have it in here. Here's a bonus. What I want you to do is I want you to go Google the office in which you are affiliated with. So it would be Chantilly, Samson Properties. When it comes up, on the right-hand side of the screen, if I recall correctly, you can scroll down. You can leave a Google review. I would absolutely encourage and beg you to go in and leave a Google review as an agent for the company. Okay? Why? First off, it's going to boost us higher in the search engine optimization. Don't ask me how that works. I just know how to say the word. Okay? It's going to boost us up. Also, if another agent who may be looking at coming to Samson, they're going to Google it. If a client is potentially getting ready to check you out, they're going to Google it. So there you go. There you be. That's why we're going to ask you to do that. All right, ready? Next page. We're moving right along. Voicemail messages. You need to make sure that you are keeping your voicemail accurate and up to date. Do not include, please wait for the tone. Leave the date and the time. Unless they've been in a coma for the last 20 years and haven't left anybody a message, yeah, they know. We have a screen that just went on freeze. Am I good? Okay, all right. You have options, and on your handout, it should show you options 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. Keep it fresh, keep it current, keep it changed out. It is okay to have I'm in a training class all day today, learning some awesome stuff to help my clients. I'll be returning calls after 5 p.m. You can have it day specific. Now, if you're going to say it is Tuesday, January 14th, please make sure you update it tomorrow. Okay? I love it when I call someone and I hear, hey, it's, November. I'm off for the Thanksgiving weekend and we're in June. I'm like, really? Okay? Update. You are not a secret agent. Go ahead and leave unless you're using your phone for another business as well. Identify yourself. Leave specifics. We got some great ideas on the handout for you. Okay? All right. Next piece of the puzzle that you need to put in place is your bio. The bio needs to be done. It is not a full resume. It should not include your felony records. It should not include, other crazy stuff. Make it short, sweet, and to the point. On your handout, you should have some bullet points and some tips on what needs to go into a bio and how it plays out. So yes, it is important because other agents and or potential clients will look you up. There is nothing worse than going to an agent's website and there is nothing on it. There is no bio, there's no nothing. I just think, wow, they're really committed and serious about their business. Next. All right. So do take the time to write your bio. It also needs to be added to your website. I would also encourage it to be added to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very powerful business platform. If you're debating social media, I'd rather have you on LinkedIn than Facebook and TikTok and other platforms, but that's a conversation for another day. Okay? All right, you can write it in a first or third person. Most people are awkward in saying I. So it is written as, Lisa has been in the business for, X number of years. So it sounds like somebody else is writing it for you. That is the best way. It is 3 to 5 sentences per paragraph. It is not long and lengthy. Cut it down, cut it back. The purpose of the first paragraph is the introduction, allowing somebody to scan it and go, oh, I live there too, or I've lived in that area too, or I was in the military too, or I went to that college as well, or that first paragraph is something for the person reading it to find a similar connection with you over. Okay, that is the purpose of that. Second paragraph is current position or titles that you may have, accolades you may have, specialties, awards you may have, educational credentials. That can go into the second paragraph. Third paragraph is where a statement from you comes in. That is where your I. My mission. Oh, wait, here's a good one to use. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset. So when the day comes that the home no longer meets your needs, I'm there for you. Drop the mic, I'm going home now. Okay, so, and then easy breezy. If you have testimonials, have 1 or 2 short ones in there. Again, we're not talking long and lengthy for this. This is a quick scan. Can the person skim it and go, oh, yeah, and connect, all right? That is the purpose of it. There's also a cheat sheet that's available if you need it, and if you need help, let me know. All right, let's move on. We got more to come. All right, next page over. You need to decide in putting your business puzzle pieces together which platform you're wanting to use for your CRM. Now, I will tell you, the website on Bold Trails, previously known as KV Core, is a little bit different than the one that's Lofty, previously known as Chime. Don't ask. We have the ability to make the Bold Trails one sing and dance a little bit. Please do not, if you've heard the word KV Core in the past or Bold Trails, most agents, their eyes glazed over and they were like a deer in the headlights. Okay, Will is doing a magnificent job. We are breaking it down step by step. Because sometimes agents want to go, well, I need to know how to do a squeeze page. Okay, that's great. It can sing and dance. But if you have none of the other settings set up on it, okay, you can't put a roof on a house that doesn't have the walls up. So, yes, we're going to take you through methodically and take you through step by step. So, just know that those 2 platforms, personal preference. In resources on the Cardinal Nest, there is a side-by-side comparison of Bold Trails versus Lofty. They just posted it up. It's going to give you some pros and cons of what one does and what one doesn't. So if you're going, well, which one do I use? Go check that one out, make a decision, and let's go. All right? All righty. Let's talk about name badges real quick. Who's got name badges on? Let me see some hands. I see some hands popping up. Okay, very good. So where should it go and why? It needs to go on the upper right-hand shoulder blade. Not down here, up here. Okay? If you are wearing an American flag, it goes on the right side, or left side. Yeah, left side over your heart. But your name badge should go on the right side. The reason for that is, yes, we still shake hands with people. If you go to meet somebody, their brain is going from their hand up. They want to see your name because their brain is trying to take a picture of your face and the name badge, not you get it. All right? So name badges go in the upper right-hand shoulder. You really want to draw attention to it? put the sucker on upside down. Okay? There is an agent in California that I trained 100 years ago. Well, not that long ago. But she still, to this day, puts her name badge on upside down, and out she goes. She has made more money off that name badge because people will stop. Oh, ma'am, do you know your name badge is on upside down? She goes, tells you what kind of day I've had. Well, that way, if I forget who I am, I know. Okay? Or she was out previewing home, whatever. Great conversation starter. So again, unless you're a secret agent, get a name badge. You want bling on it? You can get them with bling on it. Mine's got bling on it, could you tell? But get yourself a name badge and wear that baby. Okay? There you go. All right, moving on. We got more to cover. All right, QR codes. We're going to make sure you know how to use QR codes. My personal favorite, again, I got no skin in the game on any of this, QR code monkey.com allows you to add a photo in the middle, allows you to color it, color gradiate it, add 2 colors so it rolls from one color to another. It will also allow you to change the pixel on it, and there you be. Okay, so there's a lot of things that QR code monkey will allow you to be able to do, which is why I give it a shout out. Do not create a QR code until you've got your website up. Okay, you can have multiple QR codes. You can direct one to your blog, one to your free report, but you've got to have that put in place first before you create the QR code. Now, if you need to know how to create a QR code through QR Code Monkey, it is 4 basic easy steps. Go to my website, lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net, Agent Resource tab, How-To Instructions, boom. It's on there for you. I've got a quick little video. It walks you straight through it. Easy, 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 easy. And again, you can have multiple QR codes, and I give you the do's, the don'ts, and the be careful of. All right? All right, let's move on. Royalty-free images, to Google or not to Google, that is the question. If you are going to be creating your logo or wanting to have a photo or a clip art of something, do not use a Google image. You do not have the royalty rights to it, and yes, you can get your hand slapped with a $500 fine. I know agents who have gotten in trouble, not in this state, but in others, and if they realize there's an opportunity to make money, they're going to do it. So let's keep you out of the hot water, all right? So my default go-to is Pixabay. If you are using Canva to create something, all of those are appropriate to use as well. There's other sites available. Those are just my 2 default go-to sources, easy breezy. Again, if you're stuck and go, well, I can't follow directions and don't know which way to go with this, again, let me know. I think I probably have a how-to walking through on that one, okay? All right, just want to make sure you knew about that. Designing your business cards. All right. Do not make your business card gum-worthy. But, you know, I need to put my gum in something every once in a while, so I'm good. All right, so let's talk about what goes onto your business card. First off, obviously, I want you to take into consideration the font and the font size. Technically, your company brand should be as big as your name. I know it's one of the regulations none of us follow, but it's out there. What is the important on there is your name, your phone number, an email, and your website, but it needs to be legible. I know there's some beautiful fonts out there, but if that font is going to be difficult to read, or somebody's got to put their glasses on to get a clear, crisp read of it, you have just set yourself up for a misdial, a mis-email going out, a non-connecting to your website. It is not worth it. You must have your broker information on there as well, and please check the spelling before you send it to print. All right? Now, let's have some fun. Now, don't come down on these people because they've given me permission to use those cards. Real quick, what's wrong with this card? Name's not on there. There you go. What's wrong with this one? Samson is spelt wrong. What's wrong with this one? A lot of things, okay? We got a couple phone numbers on there. Which one do I call? I don't know. And I can barely read the email or the website address on there. I like the color, but the rest is not so hot. All right, so what's wrong with this card? Nothing! It's Santa, for God's sakes. And yes, I did meet him, by the way. So there, nanner. And yes, I bought him lunch. I knew who he was. Well, like, can you not miss Santa even not in his costume? Yeah, so just in case. Got to suck up to Santa. All right, so here's the other cardinal rule and the do's and don'ts. Do not ever leave the back of your business card blank. Why? Here's what I want you to think about. Let's say you have just bought a 30-second radio or TV ad. Your first 15 seconds is your information. You do not stop and have the last 15 seconds that you paid for blank. The back of business cards, the back of flyers is valuable marketing, real estate for you. Do not ever leave the back blank. Okay? All right. And we do a full class on do's and don'ts of business cards, so make sure you get a chance to tap into that when you can. All right, I'm going to talk real fast because we want to stay close to being on time. Next page over, page 10 of your handout. Protocol for virtual meetings. Oh my God, I can't believe we even have to have this discussion after all this time of everybody using these. Let me just say, I do not need to know you have pink underwear on today. Okay? Don't ask. I'm still in therapy over that one. All right? If you are using Zoom, GoToMeeting, whatever platform you're using, make sure, first off, you set yourself up a free account. Because the time may come that you need to do a buyer consultation or you want to have a conversation with a potential client, and the weather, you guys have weather up here, right? Yeah, okay. You do not want to be out in that weather. But you turn it to your client and say, you know what? Weather conditions are advising us to stay off the road. I know that we've got time blocked off on Saturday at 10 to chat. How about if we do it by Zoom? I'm concerned about your safety and being on the road. I'm concerned about my safety being on the road. This California girl never learned to drive in snow. I'm not doing it. Okay. But be safe, but know how to set one up. So if you haven't done one already, do it. Connect up with another agent. Make sure you play tabs with it, at least so you know how to turn it on, turn it off, how to email somebody the link, how to turn your mics on and off. Know how to do it. So when you need it, you've got it ready. You're not digging through this puzzle pieces going, I know there's a class here somewhere on. All right, so you're not digging through the instructions going, I know she said there was somewhere. No, you need to have it known ahead of time. And again, know how to turn the cameras on and off. Know what is behind you. I do not need to know that your husband just came out of the shower and is wrapped in a towel. All right? Okay. Now, cute dogs and cats coming on, I'm all for it. I love seeing the dogs and cats on screen. Sometimes you get to see mine if I'm working from home. But all this other stuff, I don't need to know that. So make sure you are observant as to what's going on. All right. Tagline bonuses. What does not work? Remember I told you I was going to tell you what worked and what didn't work? Most taglines do not work because it offers no leverage. So if you're going to use something other than the taglines I've given you, ask yourself, what leverage is it giving you? Great book. I often get asked, what are the books on my bookshelf? This is the 12-week year. We are going to talk about a lot this year. You're going to hear me say, let's look at this on a quarter, not on the year. Yeah, I want to know what your year goals are, but we're going to break it down. What this quarter, next quarter, next quarter. All right? Great book, add it to your bookshelf. Annual plan, it lacks the sense of urgency because guess what? I can do it later. I can do it later. Michael's is having a sale. I can do my work later. Next thing you know, it's June. Well, now everybody's got to go on vacation. We got graduations and we got weddings to go to, and oh, I'll wait till fall. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, Halloween's coming and I have 500 to 1,000 kids that come to my house trick-or-treating. Yes, I really do. So I got to get, prepped and ready. Well, then Thanksgiving is right around the corner, so I got to get that taken care of. Well, then, oh my God, it's time to decorate for Christmas. The year's gone. So I want you to start thinking about quarterly. What are the things that you need to get done this quarter? Blinders on, just like racehorses have blinders on, so they don't get taken away with a squirrel moment. Okay? All right, let's wind this down. In your handouts, you have a tips and suggestions on daily to-dos. We kicked this off in full steam for our fourth quarter challenge, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your daily task. This is available for you. We'll make sure that it is available for you in the resource directory or the resource tabs as well. Who in the class has focused on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and their daily tasks and found a benefit that came from it? Okay. Everybody else, take note. There you go. All right. You guys are going to be blaming me and crying all the way to the bank. I know. All right. I'm good. This is one of those things that most agents, huge piece of the puzzle that's missing. They don't know what to do on a daily basis. They don't know how to break down the contact and what to do. We've given it to you on a silver platter. We've handed it over. Just be smart enough to follow along. Now, if you want to go pay to the outside sources, the thousands of dollars that me and everybody else has paid to learn all this stuff over time, let me know. I will give you the resources and you can go pay the $10,000, $20,000. It's going to take you 5 to 10 years. Or you can go, Lynn, I ain't that stupid. I'm gonna follow along because we're going to give you the best of what's out there and the best of what's working. And now, if you want to pay me the $10,000 to $20,000, you can, but nobody's taken me up on that offer yet, so I'm good. I'm good. So we're going to continue to hand you the best tools that we can. All right? That little baby works. What else does Samson have available for you? Oh, my God, the toolbox. You have sales meetings, mastermind classes, Tuesday tidbits, my Thursday Q&A, my Thursday Master Your Marketing, Coffee with Casey, HQDU I forgot to put on there, and a whole library of other training classes that are available for you. There is no excuse other than your, can I say laziness? Okay. That's what I said, that you cannot succeed in this business because we got you. All right. Wind this down. On my cards that are out there and in your handout, I have 2 bonus tabs for you on my website. One is the listen and learn. One is the how-to instructions. Be the Uncola. Why do I say that? There is enough other agents out there that are doing an okay job. I want you to be the Uncola. Think outside the box. And I will tell you, I forgot my glass. One of my agents who I love and adore went to an antique shop, found one of the original 7-Up glasses for me. It literally is upside down, and bought it for me. And I was so afraid to throw it in my tote bag because I didn't want it to get broken, but I have it in my office. So thank you for that. You know who you are. But be the Uncola. How that came about was the marketing for when they were relaunching in 1967. Yes, I looked it up. They were relaunching 7-Up. The market was already saturated with cold carbonated beverages. They didn't need another one. They came up with Be the Uncola. Similar, but unique. Our industry is saturated with agents. We don't need another one. I want you to be the Uncola. Think outside the box. As long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, you're good to go. And yes, my craziness, I'm going to give you everything we got. If we're going to play tic-tac-toe, I'm going to win. Because there's no law that says you can't think outside the box, as long as it's okay. All right, my friends, going to wrap this down. Thank you to Cardinal Title. They're the ones that brought me to you. They're the ones that provide all of this for you. So again, we always want to give a nice little shout out to our Cardinal Title. Remember, I don't care what you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. With that, there you go. You now have 28 new tips and techniques to start building the foundation, the first corner and the first wave of your business out. We're going to take a break. Once you are listening to this online, make sure you stop and do the tasks before you go on to the next. Because again, if we're missing pieces, we can't put your full business together. So with that, we're going to take a few-minute break here. We'll be back for the next session in a few minutes. I'll see you in the next class.